Hello and welcome to another edition of Unpopular Review Entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are reviewing the second installment of Police Academy 2. Join us. Welcome back to Unpopular Review Entertainment. And joining me tonight is none other than Mr. Mike Knox, Triple X, because he's hardcore, and the biggest, best, and brightest rain cloud in the room, the executive consultant. What's up, fellas?
What's going on, yo? He is definitely a rain cloud.
We all know this. We all know this. We all know this, and we all love Squidward. So it is what it is, Mr. Hey Hey Ho Ho, Mr.
Oh,
Miz. What's
oh.
popping, ladies and gentlemen? What's
Well, I
popping?
got
What's
massive balls since you said the Miz.
popping?
Because I want everybody who can hear my voice, if you want to get me anything for Christmas and check it out as a stocking stuffer, get me that shirt right there, yo. I
Facts,
have massive balls.
facts. I'm gonna have to get one of those too. But
I
you know
think we
what?
should
Speaking
all
of
get that
shirts,
shirt and take
though,
a picture.
I'm not gonna lie though. That Cobra Kai shirt is kind of fire right now.
Cobra
Kind of
Kai till I
kind of feeling
die.
that
Although
Cobra.
I'm like more Miyagi though. Truth be told, right? Yo, so check it, yo. Somebody put in the chat that I was watching Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield, and I forgot Johnny was in that movie. He's
mm.
the other diver that's a douchebag to his son.
That is crazy. I don't remember Johnny being in anything else.
I didn't either until I saw
That's
that. Until I
crazy.
saw that movie, I said, "Oh yeah, Johnny douchebags." Which, by the way, if you follow the show Cobra Kai, it's like following Civil War. Whose side are you really on? Tony's or Cap's, right? Like I always took Cap's side. That don't mean Tony wasn't justified. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Tony was completely, but I was all for Cap. But when you watch Cobra Kai, it's like, are you on LaRusso's side? Are you
Mm.
Miyagi Do or are you Cobra Kai? You know what I mean? With Johnny. And I think Johnny had a point with you trying to keep on my girl, you know. So any man who tried to knock off another man's girl, the girl to get his ass whooped. That's just my opinion. So I'm sticking
Wow.
to it. But we doing
Ooh.
Police Academy 2. This is your pick, Vic.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And this was huge, 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 huge in the 1980s, into the 1990s. And, this is the second installment of that movie. The first movie did really well. And they just continued with the comedy. Like, honestly, looking back at this now and looking at the way things are now, this just feels like episode two. Because, they literally just picked up right where they left off, with their first assignment. They're fresh out of the police academy, and now they get their first assignment into the streets. But why? Because they need to have answers for the new female mayor. And I noticed how they made a big emphasis on the
I
new
was
female.
waiting on this, Vic. Was you
You
gonna
know what
put
I
a
mean?
political take on this
No,
movie?
it's not that. Of course, no. Because here's the thing about
Of
this.
course.
Look,
He
look.
said no, but of course.
No, but the reality is, I really wasn't going to do that. But the reality of the situation is that, um, without police, you have chaos, right?
Some
So,
would say.
so
I, I
with
I
this
would agree with you
situation,
though. Let's keep it fair. I'm in that minority of I do not believe in get rid of the police. Although the police can be ass at times, so let's keep the motherfuckers
I
because I ain't
mean,
doing it.
shoot, I mean, yeah. But all I'm
You know what
saying
I'm
is,
saying?
listen,
So
you get rid of the police, and everybody got to get
yeah,
strapped.
completely anarchy.
Yeah, but anyway, like they it kind of gives a glimpse as to what progressivism was back then, and also what it kind of would be like if the citizens just literally got fed up and started signing up for the police department to patrol the streets. Now, at the same time, um you're talking about a society and a public that actually cares about their neighborhoods.
Hmm.
That's not necessarily as.
How old were you when this movie came out?
I was a couple years old. I
Okay,
was just a couple
I
years old.
was
Like, I
10.
didn't see this till I was in
I
till I
was
was like,
10 in 85.
oh,
My
nice.
wife was 3.
Okay. Okay, so you might remember this in the theaters. Like, I just
I
remember this
actually
being
don't remember this in the theater, but I remember the trailers for it in the theater.
okay.
But I watched it as soon as it hit HBO.
I
Right.
mean, I just remember this being rerun after rerun after rerun on Channel 11 a lot.
So did you actually get to
Mm.
see it with the tits and the A?
Well, no, not till I got older.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Not till I got older. Once I got older, then I got to see the full scope of it.
All right,
And
I'm gonna get in your business right here. How old are you? Like when was you born? What year were you born?
82.
82. So you were a baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't see this. There's a lot of things
I
that I
actually
didn't
thought you
see.
were like partner old head with me, how you talk, and I think your soul's an old soul. Right. So the fact that you're like
Probably.
was born in 82, damn. I like you, Vic. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, probably.
Speak your police academy too.
No, but the thing about it is just that it would at that time because it was just hilarious comedy, man, more than anything. Especially the guy that does all the sounds. Like my favorite scene in this movie is
Michael Winslow.
yes, thank you. When my favorite scene in this movie is when the captain or when the chief when Mahoney puts that epoxy in the in the shower, and then the chief gets his hand stuck on his head, and then he walks out into the like the locker room, and he's naked and he can't see, and he's like this who's in here, and then Michael Winslow starts acting like Lou and starts barking like he's like, "No, Lou, don't bite me there, Lou." Ah, man, that whole thing had me dying, bro. And then he runs into the other chief police or whatever rank he was, and then and the other guy's like doing a tour and all this other stuff, and he walks out. He walks out covered himself with his hand stuck in his head,
Hey yo.
just like with everything out, man. It was just too funny. And then this guy with the guns. You know what I mean? He's such a big tough guy. What's his name again?
Talking
Um,
about Tackleberry?
Tackleberry. Yes. How is it that Tackleberry is so tough and so soft at the same time? Like, come
Best
on, man.
part of this. Well, I want to say the best part of this movie, right? Because we did Police Academy 1, right? And E Boogie was here. And in all fairness, even watching this movie, unfortunately, I hate that I think of how today this wouldn't work, right?
No.
But I'm watching it with the mindset it was made in 85, right? And you go, damn, like everything was centered around, which I still think comedy should be, is about what's reality, right? People get mad today, like, oh, that's not necessarily blackface, right? I'm not saying that part, but like, so you had Michael Winslow's character, right, with the sounds. He focused in the hood, right? They put you in situations that were who they were. And today they would be like, well, why do you put them there? And why they're not having this or having that? But this movie was funny. This movie was funny.
Mad funny.
I rewatched it today. And I rewatched it. We was at this movie, what? A month ago. Right. So I wanted to make it fresh because I rewatched it today. And a month ago, I didn't find it. I found it very offensive. And I watched it today and was like, this is still very funny. Right. So I think it's about where you find it at today if it holds court. But hey, ho, ho, what the hell? You're just sitting there like you Stevie Wonder.
I was just in the second Police Academy movie, and the first one I give a thumbs down to, and then I'm watching this one, I chuckle and I laugh, and I think, who picked this franchise? It was Vic. Vic, you should be arrested for picking this franchise. And I want to send the police officers who are in this movie after you, because then maybe you'll get away. But you deserve to be chased. You deserve to be chased.
Oh, send hooks. Send hooks, just like I hear her voice.
Hey.
She's cute too. She can get it.
I'm sorry, what?
Hooks.
What are we talking about?
Hooks.
Not Hook.
Oh yeah,
Off of
Hooks
AEW.
could get it.
Yeah.
Hooks could get it. She definitely had
Mhm.
Trans Z Rocket 1, Rocket 2
Mhm.
going on. I don't know if y'all remember
And she was
Trans
all
Z.
natural with
YouTube
the-
it.
with
You're
her
watching this
little
on YouTube. YouTube Trans Z's right hand partner. All right. It's just a spinoff cartoon of whatever cartoon I don't know, but she had 2 rockets. Okay. And it's a cartoon as a kid. I'll never forget it. She had Rocket 1, Rocket 2, and they were her boobs. I don't remember her name, but the cartoon was called Trans Z. Go look it up.
Gun Jubblies. Where'd you get those things?
Yeah,
I don't really
Say
have any favorite scenes in this movie. I really don't.
none.
Okay.
So you're telling me when Tackleberry pulls up the gun on Winnie Cooper's boyfriend's Kevin's brother
Oh,
from Wonder Years,
facts.
it says you're
Yes,
going to go to school, Mister.
that was amazing. He said, move it, move it, move it.
Move it, move it. See, here's the thing. See, sometimes I think technically, I think you're both of you actually, but more you, Chris, are millennial, right? Let's not lie. You're in the millennial spectrum, right? See what the millennials forget. This is my only thing with millennials. I think you guys are powerful and strong as fuck, straight up, because y'all say shit that we never had the balls to say. Okay, but what y'all forget to do is be human, and that you're smart enough to understand history. So in 1885, this shit was funny. Would you find Trading Places funny today? I wonder. See? And that's a shame because Trading Places is one of the greatest movies of all time. Comedies of all time, anyway. Like all time, you be like 200, 300, just so you know.
I'm gonna start calling you Moat because everything is all time with you.
No, that's just like 300 or 400. Have you ever seen Jamie Lee Curtis tits? Go watch Trading Places and tell me it's not the greatest movie of all time.
I just saw Halloween Ends.
Yeah, that was horrible. Okay. That was absolutely the worst Halloween ever made.
We gotta remember something though. Like,
what's that? What
when
we
these
remember?
things were made, they were catered to a certain audience. They weren't necessarily catered to this audience. So, like, looking back at it, if you were 15 looking at this, then you're gonna look at it with a certain set of eyes. If you're 40 looking at this, you're gonna remember things. Like people that are old have the privilege of remembering things.
Dumbledore.
Right? So like
what?
So the thing
Dumbledore
is,
clap. Have you ever seen Harry Potter, motherfucker?
People who are old have the what?
Have the privilege of remembering things.
Remembering it.
For example, you talk to somebody that's 60, they have
that makes sense. Hold on, I've never heard that phrase.
Yes, it makes sense. I saw Maverick with older people that's older than me, like that were actually in the service. Yeah, I brought up a Maverick point.
All right, let me ask you something. All right, do you remember? Do you remember your experience at WrestleMania 29? I think it was.
Talk to him, Vic. Talk to him.
29 was in New York. I was not there.
Okay, 27. What it was? You went
Atlanta.
to one on time.
Atlanta.
A long time.
You remember
ago.
Atlanta? Hot Atlanta.
Right?
Stat Atlanta.
You remember that experience, right? If for somebody who's 15 years old, they have to watch it back on TV. They're not going to remember what you remember. That's my point. You lived it, right? So somebody who used the typewriter lived it and understands.
I had a typewriter, Vic.
And why now we have a privilege of using a phone as compared to somebody who didn't do that. So now you're talking to somebody who lived in 1984, who was probably an adult or possibly even a teenager and lived life at that time. What are we talking about? We're talking about high crime, crack epidemic. We're talking about a movie that's trying to make everybody feel good about the police and laugh at the police officers. So now we have a situation where police are not looked at in the best light. So the thing is that you could easily take that narrative and then watch this movie and keep that narrative, or you could pretty much just try to look at what is going on here. They're basically here. They're trying to just push the narrative of, oh, we need to help the police, period, right? But they did it in a funny way. And that's the thing. That's the thing. It's all about a matter of perspective here.
Can I add something to you? What you're saying? Because I think you're having a very brilliant take on this movie and how it still holds relevant today, right? With Bubba Smith, Hightower, and the guys of this cast, right? Bobcat Goldthwait, which to me, I loved him in this movie, what he's done historically. Box office, this movie made $115 million.
Diablo, I know that budget.
Okay, guess how much it cost to make?
I had to be low. It had to be at least $1 million.
7 million.
7 million. That's
7.5, right?
Wow.
So
and then
they made all. Guess how much Black Adam cost to make?
Oh, that had to be like
67 million. Guess how much Black Adam has made? 70 million.
Oh shit!
It barely hit the narrative of making the money. My point in saying that is that audience needed this in 1985, and I know we're reviewing this movie in 2022. But I think fairness should always be given on unpopular review entertainment of when the movies came out and why they came out. And I think a lot of weight should hold in that. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm going to consult.
Fair enough. I don't give a damn about the people in 1985. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to discuss our final thoughts as well as thumbs up, thumbs down. Stay with us. You're watching Unpopular Review.
See, I told you it was a rain cloud. You don't care about that. Rain cloud.
In the year 2455, on a routine training mission, a team of students is about to discover a life form frozen in time.
What the hell is going on?
Jason Voorhees, that's what's going on. He's an unstoppable killing machine.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back.
It's been modified. Oh, you think? You guys might want to run.
That's really happening? I didn't think that was actually going to happen. Okay.
We are going to be reviewing Jason X, and then still less to come. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of good stuff coming up in the near future. We're going to get back to the business. We want to get back with consistency. That's what we do here at UPRE. Holiday is coming up, but we're not taking a break. We're going right down into it. And we are in the middle of a franchise, the Police Academy franchise. Thank you, Vic, for picking this great franchise. In this particular one, it came out in 1985, which is a popular year. But of course, I don't really remember anything. I just know that in 1985, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who currently, as we're taping, is winning this World Series game. Looking to
another homer by Ray Hopkins. Say it right.
Nice.
P-H-I-L-L, period.
Much forward to that celebration with Philadelphia wins the World Series. In the meantime,
where my daddy from?
I am the exec consultant. Joining us also, of course, is Mike Knotts as well as Vic. And let's get into our final thoughts and thumbs up and thumbs down. Vic, let's go ahead and start with you.
Well, I pretty much gave it a thumbs up already because
what a shot.
You know what I mean? It's a
Mike
fun
had it
movie.
already.
And it's clearly back then it was a big thing, and more than anything, I think the most popular thing about this movie is the song. It's just the theme music. Dun, 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 dun. That's the thing that just stuck for a real long time. Got to the point of 6 movies and a cartoon. Like, clearly for me.
Say that last part one time. Like, let's do the old John Cena. You say 7 movies and a cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
7 movies and a cartoon, man. This thing got huge. Come on now, you know what I mean? And it was like this literally to me, like I said before, is episode 2.
Executive consultant. Hey, ho. Dang, there's no rain cloud in here for you, but I'm going ahead and put that there.
I'm glad you said that. It's definitely a thumbs down for this movie. This movie was just not entertaining to me. I can't think of any part of this movie that was entertaining. The only thing that's the saving its grace is I thought it was funnier than part 1, right? I am somewhat into part 3. So we're going to find out when we review that next, whether or not that's going to save this franchise for me. But it's not looking very good 7 movies for me. But I'm going to tough it out. Vic, yes, you need to be arrested.
Damn.
Mike Knox.
Thumbs up. I'm not going to lie to you. This movie is being recorded a month after it's supposed to record it. And I think this movie should be, and I have to say this in fairness to the audience, right? Because we do these movies. We hope you like the movies too. We want you to remember those movies or even go back and watch them. Give your opinion, comment below. Let me know what Jamie Johnson and all them guys would say. That was clever, right? But it's actually like a month ago coming into this movie, I felt like it didn't stick with me today, right? That's really, really how I felt. Like it wasn't funny. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. And then today, I guess I just needed to laugh. I watched The Last Dragon today. Okay. All right. And I watched Police Academy 2 because I knew we had to do it. And I just found myself laughing at it. And I was able to escape. And I think with, we do wrestling shows and things like that. I think the biggest thing for what we do is getting out of our own way and watching films and what we think they're supposed to be and how we feel today, and just watch a film for what it was when it was made. That's the true purity of film. I don't know if people ever paid attention when I comment on things on social media. There's movies I call movies. There's things I say there are films. Okay. This is a comedy movie. It was made, like Vic said, it was a lot of things going on back then in 1985. This movie was made to be stupid funny. Now, again, comedy is subjective. Did you find it funny? I don't know. I can't say that for you. But for this movie was made, it's a thumbs up all the way. It was absolutely hilarious to see this. I do love what's her name? Tackleberry one to knock off with the rocket boobs. I thought she was amazing. Let's keep it real. And there is Bismarcky and there's Dougie Fresh. Then there's Michael Winslow. Okay. Okay. Not Eddie Winslow. There's Michael Winslow. Right. And then just this movie has so many comedy moments in it. Go back, watch it, enjoy it. Thumbs up all the way. 1985. I mean, shit. We had the debut of, I think, like He-Man in 85. Okay. So
I was hype about that movie too.
Cobra Kai was that Karate Kid 2 came out in 85 or something shit like that. Like, come on. This is great TV. I love Police Academy 2. That's it. I'm done. You're muted. Can't hear you. Hey. Oh, that shit.
I haven't said anything, but well, you know what? The funniest thing about this movie is the fact that you two actually thought it was good. That was the funniest thing in the movie. But hey, you know what? That's just my opinion. Those are your opinions. What is your opinion? Please make sure you comment below and make sure that you also subscribe to us as well as anything else that we have going on. And we will see you right here next time for a Poppy Review. Good day. Good night, everybody.